Evolve is an upcoming cooperative and competitive shooter video game developed by Turtle Rock Studios and published by 2K. Turtle Rock are the guys and gals behind the Left 4 Dead franchise. And this game, it looks pretty cool, and I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on it. So, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Spiffy, and today I have for you guys my thoughts on the upcoming video game Evolve, developed by Turtle Rock Studios. And this game comes out very soon, actually. In about a month, a little bit less than a month, it comes out, and I thought, why not make a video on what I think about the game personally? So let's get into it. Evolve is a game. If you guys have not heard of it, it's a 4v1 game where there are 4 hunters, and the hunters are the support, the assault, the trapper, and the medic. And what you guys are watching right now is the actual Behemoth trailer, which is one of the 4 monsters, I believe, that are in the game. There is the Goliath, the Kraken, the Wraith, and the Behemoth, which you are watching right now. And we're going to switch over to some medic gameplay soon. This is not my gameplay. I got this off of the actual developer, not developer, the developer YouTube channel. But anyway, this game looks like a lot of fun to watch, and I say that cautiously because it looks like a lot of fun to watch. Like I said, I'm not sure about the gameplay. So what I found myself doing is, this is why I'm not really into League of Legends, is I don't like games that take up 2 or 3 hours of my time every time I want to play it. Every time I want to play 2 or 3 matches, it takes up 2 or 3 hours. That's my problem with League of Legends. Nobody else has that problem. But that's my problem, that's my opinion. That's why I like Call of Duty a lot, and you guys see a lot of Call of Duty stuff on my channel, is because I can sit down, I can play for like an hour, and I can get some good gameplay, I can get some bad gameplay, whatever I need. But usually I don't really need bad gameplay. So, what are these hunters' roles in this kind of quest thing? So, the idea behind the hunters is, there's a voice crack there. The idea behind the hunters is that they are hunting this monster, and the monster is either the Goliath, the Wraith, the Kraken, or the Behemoth. And each one of these monsters has different things. So your Goliath is kind of like your basic monster. He can jump high, he can attack, he has like fire breath and stuff. He's kind of a versatile all-around monster. Now the Wraith is a little bit more stealthy and a little bit more, it's like a fast, stealthy character who doesn't have a whole lot of armor or something, or not a whole lot of health. While the Goliath is, like I said, versatile. And then you have the Kraken, which I'm not even sure what the deal with the Kraken is. I'm sorry. That is my bad. I'm not even sure exactly what the Kraken is about. I honestly don't know. But I know the Behemoth is a big, tanky, lots of armor, lots of health monster, but he is very, very slow. While he can gain speed, he goes into this ball. While he can gain speed in that ball kind of form, he doesn't gain enough speed, as much speed as, like, say, the Wraith or the Goliath. Now, this game is not a Xbox exclusive, but it is Xbox biased. Xbox gets DLC first, kind of like they do with Call of Duty. So yeah, I mean, it looks like a fun game to watch, and I know it's a fun game to watch because I've seen gameplay, and it's really cool to see how the things play out. And the really cool part is that they're making this a MLG game. They're treating it like an MLG game, which is really cool, showing that the monster versus the hunters, and you can see all the different perspectives, and you can see how it kind of all comes together, is very, very interesting. So what you guys are watching right now is a medic gameplay, or you guys are about to watch. I'm not sure if you guys are watching it, but it's a medic gameplay, and even though there's only 4 different types of hunters, there's different types for that one. I think there's like 3 for each. So there's 3 trappers, there's 3 medics, there's 3 assaults, there's 3 supports, and in the beginning of this game, it asks you to rank what you want to do because it's a multiplayer game. It's multiplayer focused, and what it wants you to do is it wants you to rank who you want to play on a scale of 1 to 5, because there's 5 characters. So for me, and this is personal preference, obviously, it would be the monster, because the monster is like a lot of fun to play as, and then it would probably go something like assault. No, it'd probably go monster, trapper, assault, medic, support. I do not like playing support. I'm not very good at support in either way, but there are some very interesting hunters. There's Bucket, who's like a robot guy, and there is Abe, who's like an older I think he's like an older guy, kind of like Western. He looks Western to me. He's a trapper. There's some really cool people. There's Kyra, who is the medic that you guys are watching, and there's a lot of different people, and it's very good that they have versatile, different people for different roles. And also, which was an awesome thing, is that the maps are freaking huge, and that's very, very good. But the thing is, the maps are very hard to define by themselves. You can't tell. The way I tell the maps apart is if they're light or dark, or if they have like a lot of rocks, or something like that. But the maps are very, very good. So at least from what I've seen, obviously. So that's very interesting to me. I will not be picking up this game, just so you guys know. I will not be picking up, at least for the first few weeks. If it ends up being a good game, I might pick it up. But the thing about Evolve to me is that I think it's going to be like Titanfall, the Titanfall of 2015. Basically, what Titanfall was it was just a giant flop. And what kind of happened was people really loved it for the first week and a half, but after that, everything just died off. People went back to playing Call of Duty or whatever was out during then. So what kind of happened with Titanfall was that there wasn't enough unlocks and stuff, and the idea behind Evolve is that there's unlocks and there's player progression, but I'm not sure if it's enough to warrant a first-person shooter game. And especially a AAA title that they're putting so much hype behind, because this is 2015's big release of the first quarter. Titanfall was the first quarter, January, February, March. Yeah, so it was in the first quarter of last year, and that was last year's big first quarter kind of release that kind of set up their gaming year more or less, and kind of shows what to expect. So if this game just flunks out, it's not going to set up a very good 2015. It could even potentially set up a worse 2015 than we had in 2014. So if you think it's the only big AAA release that comes out before the holiday season. I mean, everyone knows most games come out in November/December, and everyone knows that those are when the big AAA games come out. It's when the Call of Duties come out. It's when the Battlefields come out. Etc., etc. So, Evolve being in February, because it was delayed, I believe. It was delayed. So, Evolve being in February is really a weird time, because even Titanfall was in March. So, I believe that I do not find it a bad thing when people delay a game. It's not necessarily a bad thing, and I don't look at it as a bad thing. I look at it as a good thing. That kind of gives you more time to polish and gives you more time to make the game better, which is always good. So Call of Duty is now on a 3-year cycle, and that means it has more time to polish, has more time to make the game, and that's great. And my problem with Evolve is that it was pushed back, it was delayed, and I think that it didn't need to be delayed. I think it was delayed because there's too much in October. I'm not sure if it was going to go out in October, but there's too much in that time of year. And that's what a lot of games did. A lot of games got delayed in 2015 because it was a freaking crowded October of last year. And again, I don't find that necessarily bad, except in some cases. Battlefield Hardline, I found that was not probably the smartest decision on EA's part. But besides that, I think everything that came out in October, or got pushed back from October, is honestly a pretty good call. And Evolve being pushed back was not the best call on my part. But on the other hand, it did give them time to create more monsters, probably a little bit more people. And speaking about the monsters, I'd like to introduce the idea that you can have more DLC monsters when you pre-order Evolve. Or even when you buy the season pass for Evolve, there is unlimited possibilities with the way they can do the monsters and the way they can do with the hunters too with DLC. Because I think this is Turtle Rock, their big breakaway from the Left 4 Dead series. And while it has Left 4 Dead kind of pieces in it, with the 4-player co-op versus a big something that's not exactly human, it's not the same, and it's very easy to tell that it's not the same. Because instead of fighting hordes with random guns, you're fighting one big thing that is on this massive map, and yeah, it's just very, very interesting how they can do the DLC. Thinking about how they can do the DLC, and thinking if they could do anything with the monster, or the medic, or even perks or anything. I want to talk about the monster, about why it's called Evolve, and why it's called Evolve is because when you play as the monster, you have to eat food, and when you eat food as the monster, you get these like little points almost, and it's like a circle that you have to fill up by eating food, and what that circle represents is your chance to evolve. And when you evolve, you go one level up, and you get 3 points for perks. Or abilities, I guess they're called. Like the Goliath has the fire breath, the Wraith has the decoy, and so on and so on. So you can put points in that to make them stronger. It's almost like League of Legends-esque. If you guys play League of Legends, or any MOBA really, you upgrade your abilities every level. Well, it's almost the same, except Evolve only has 3 levels. And it has 4 abilities, like a MOBA almost, and you can only upgrade those abilities to a max number 3. Well, you're saying, well, if you get 3 to start out with, and you get 3 points every single evolve, that only ends up being 9 points. And if every ability has 3 tiers, then that's 12 points. But you only get 9, so you can't be full potential. No, you're right, you cannot be full potential in this game. It just doesn't work out that way. You can put all your points into 3 abilities and have 3 maxed out abilities, and have 1 just non-existent, or you can have 2 in each, and then, or you can have 3 in one and then 2 in the others. You can do it in many different ways mathematically. But I think the playstyle you're gonna choose to play as, the playstyle you're gonna use, really defines how you're gonna upgrade your abilities, when you're gonna upgrade your abilities, and yeah. So what the idea behind the stages are in Evolve is stage 1, 2, and 3 is that when you're stage 1 as the monster, you have to get out of the spawning zone, because you spawn exactly where the hunters do. You have to get out of the spawning zone, and you have to find food quick. And you cannot alert the birds, because the birds alert the hunters. So, because, it's a next-gen game, so it's obviously going to be semi-realistic, even though you're fighting giant monsters. So what the idea behind this is that when you're stage 1, you are not as powerful as the hunters are. But when you are stage 2, it's a tie, basically. You guys are as powerful as each other, and when you guys go against each other, it's honestly going to be who's more skilled. If the hunters work better as a team, or if you can use your abilities to the point where you can destroy all 4 of them. And then on stage 3, I've never seen a monster lose at stage 3, to be honest with you. Stage 3 is when you are overpowered, and that's why the hunters need to find you. That's why the hunters don't evolve or get better guns or something, is because their entire job is to find the monster and hunt them down and kill the monster as early as possible, because if they can kill them on stage 1, then that is probably one of the easiest kills, especially when you haven't eaten or anything, or when your health is low from fighting, because so the wildlife in the game is obviously what you eat, but when you're stage 1, you are very weak. You're almost like, I keep referring to League of Legends, is because it reminds me a lot of League of Legends, is you kill like these little creeps to level up, creeps being like the wildlife, but there are bigger creeps, which aren't in League of Legends, but there are bigger animals that kind of like run the pack, and they can kill you. They can maybe not kill you, but they can definitely hurt you around stage 1. So you need to stay clear of that, and you need to be sure to not engage in fights that you can't win. So what the idea behind this is that when you are stage 1 and you pick a fight with a bigger guy, and then the birds get alerted or something, or the hunters find you, then you have 2 problems on your hands, and you need to run. Like one of the really cool things about the trappers is that they can put down a dome, and they can trap you in the dome. So what an idea would be is that the trapper and the people, they find the Goliath or the monster, and he's really low on health. They put the dome down, and then they start slowing him, and they can kill him. But the dome can also work. I was watching a video earlier. The dome can also work against you. You can, if you misplace the dome, you trap your teammates in, or you trap yourself in, and you can't get out until the dome's down. So anyway, those are my really thoughts on Evolve. One of the big things I wanted to touch on before I let this thing go is that, honestly, and I'm telling you this straight up, I don't think... That's my phone. I don't think it warrants a $60 game, and I'm going to talk about that in right 1 second. So Evolve has a campaign, but it doesn't have a single player campaign that you can play by yourself. It does have, however, an offline mode where you can play by yourself with AI teammates and an AI monster, but I don't think that's what warrants a $60 game. I think what warrants a $60 game is replayability, and while this game has a lot of replayability, I think what it's lacking in is honestly I'm trying to figure out how to word this, but I think it's honestly lacking in what Call of Duty does so well in is team play with the monster. And the thing about the monster is that you are alone, and another thing about the monster is that I haven't seen any party making things where, like, if you're in a party with your friend, you guys both enter matchmaking. I haven't seen anything that makes sure that you guys are both hunters, that makes sure that the monster is always against you. So I believe that you can be in a party with your friend, and one of you can be the monster and one of you can be the medic. So, or one of you can be a hunter. And the thing about that is that if you guys really want to play together on the same team, you can just tell people. You can just the monster can just go out in the open and kill themselves, and that does not make for a fun game. It does not make for a satisfying experience, especially when there's people wanting to level up, wanting to play the game like it is. So those are really my thoughts on Evolve and what I think of it. Like I said, I don't think it warrants a $60 game. Almost like Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline I don't think warrants a $60 game because it's honestly just a mod. Battlefield Hardline is just a mod. And Evolve is not necessarily a mod or anything, but it's so similar to Left 4 Dead, but it does other stuff so well. I'm honestly not sure what to pay for, because I don't like to be the guy who says a problem but doesn't offer up a solution. Maybe like you get Evolve and some free DLC or something, or maybe like if you pre-order you get something. I guess I don't know exactly. I guess if you pre, you do get a reward. Already, but I don't really know. To pay $60 for this game is what I'm not gonna do. I'm sorry, but I will not pay $60 for a game that I can potentially play literally alone without any friends. So yeah, it just makes for a really lonely experience. That's not what video games are really for. They're for hanging out with friends and doing stuff with your friends and having fun. And I don't feel like being the monster. While I feel like being the monster would be fun, I think it'll only be fun when you have a friend watching you or talking to you or something like that. Now, if you were really competitive, I believe the monster can be viable, but like I said, I don't like to be the guy without a solution, but that's really my problem with Evolve. So, thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I do this kind of stuff a lot, and I hope you guys did enjoy, because this is a really fun video to make. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.